Welcome to the first episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, where I show you the good, the bad, and of course the ugly. Let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at some clips from First Amendment auditors, starting with the first clip, The Good. We have here brought to you by Watching the Watchmen. This particular video was uploaded May 20th, 2022. We start off with Watching the Watchmen entering a U.S. post office with his father, who is also a fellow auditor, which we'll be looking at a clip a little bit later on. Now, as it will be relevant a little bit later on, we see a glass case with post office memorabilia from the past, which of course is actually very interesting. Now, what makes this a good clip is the interaction between the auditor and the post office employee.
Well, I got to tell you, you have a wonderful attitude. I really appreciate you so much.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and there you go, sir.
I know it's not easy when a couple of guys walk in with cameras and you're not sure.
The U.S. Post Office employee's overall demeanor was fantastic, and of course she even agrees that some people are hard to work with.
And if they're not and they don't understand, sometimes we try to explain.
Gotcha.
Some people aren't worth explaining to.
I
you know,
got you
you know how that
there.
goes.
I got you.
But you are absolutely wonderful. We really appreciate you.
No problem.
It's great to come in and get a smile and some friendly service. And, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Not always the case, so.
No. Yeah, I know that story. Yeah.
One man's opinion. Keep up the fine work. We appreciate
you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, you have a wonderful day.
You too. See you later.
Appreciate you.
Now, finding a good employee isn't the only thing that makes this a good clip, although if you watch a lot of auditing clips, you will notice that there are some hard around the edge post office people. But what makes this an exceptionally good clip is after the interaction with the employee, we meet the individual who made the glass box to begin with. She goes on to tell us a little bit more about the history of the post office and or her association with it.
Brookside and the country club area. So I collected memorabilia from people, and there's a nurse's hat from the very first graduating class at St. Luke's. Somebody brought me their Boy Scout banner and everything. It's a wonderful box.
I was just actually taking some pictures of it.
And at the very end of the interaction, she even reads off a poem from the glass case.
Right. Well, I actually I wrote this poem.
However, I won't be showing that here. Just think of it as an inspiration for you to check out the actual full video, which of course will be linked in the description below. Moving on from the good to the bad, you'll see a familiar face in this one as we're looking at a clip brought to you by Amagansett Press, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, this clip was uploaded April 15th, 2021, and here we're not looking at a post office employee, we're actually looking at a customer of the post office.
Coming in, what are you guys doing? We're filming people.
Well,
that wasn't a good answer.
Listen, if you want to have a cordial conversation, I'm happy to do it. All right, so you want to start all over again and I'll be cordial?
I just did.
Now, the reason this particular customer got on my list here is because of the sheer ignorance, for lack of a better word.
So, I'm not going to ask you what you think we're doing because I already know what you think we're doing.
I don't have no idea.
We are not, what I'm doing right now has zero to do with politics. Okay, what I'm doing is, this is my son, and we've spent the last 18 months, we've driven 34,000 miles across the country in defense of our Constitution. That's what we do.
Okay.
We're not about to fund the police.
Now, one thing you'll see here is the auditor's going to thoroughly explain to this customer what he's doing. You tell me if you're also getting lost in the weeds just like this customer.
So what we do is, I've had a long history in photography for the past 35 years. I graduated with a degree in photography, worked for the New York Times for years. Okay. So we've chosen photographs and video as our venue to go out and exercise our right to take video and photographs in public. That's all it is an exercise of rights. So that's all we're doing. In our small way, we're trying to defend the Constitution. We're trying to have open dialogue and communication with people. I always like to say that there is middle ground, at least there used to be. And I don't have to approve of everything you do. You don't have to approve of everything I do, but we can certainly respect each other's right to do it. Okay. Shake hands and walk away men and think better men and think about the conversations we have with people, how we treat people, how we get the information we're looking to get, who we're getting it from. And it's just about open dialogue and communication. One day I'm gonna have to leave this world and leave my son in it, and I'm trying to leave it a better place for him.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing.
Now, with that meticulous explanation, we know very well why he's here, why he does what he does with the medium in which he does it. He's explained this and what he hopes to get from it. He wants, a better future, more conversations, because, as I mentioned, that's his son right there, which is watching The Watchmen, by the way. And yet, here is the response from the gentleman.
That's a great prelude. Now, what are you doing?
Did you not hear what I said?
I heard you said you have a right to film stuff.
And so that's why this gentleman is on the bad.
Said to you, this is an exercise of rights.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit more from this same video.
Let me get in your face.
If you get in my face, you're gonna have a
No,
problem.
I'm gonna get in your face.
You see the aggression? Now, I didn't want to put this in the ugly category. That's why I just wanted that specific portion where he explained everything and then somehow it doesn't penetrate the skull, you know? But that's why this is bad, and I highly recommend watching the full video because, of course, you see it's getting heated. I'm not going to show you the rest because you need to go watch the full clip. Link in the description. Moving on. Now, when I say ugly, I mean ugly. This last one is brought to you by SGV News First. This particular clip was filmed on November 3rd, 2019. Now in this clip we do see SGV News First, and he's with another individual, another auditor, as they are both observing a company that I believe, according to the video, they noticed the employees drinking in the parking lot, which it's their parking lot, but look how this escalates, and you tell me if this is reasonable.
Back up. Look what he did to my rig, bro.
Yeah, and he's drinking.
And he's drinking? All right.
He should have sprayed it in the face.
Modelo in this guy's hand.
Dang. Whoa, what the?
Oh my God.
None of your fucking business, dude.
An idiot.
None of your business. Keep it up, dude. Yeah, all right.
Now, mind you, these employees know that these people have the filming equipment. Thus, when they throw the beer, when they throw the unknown liquid at them, they know there's a chance, if not, that's what they're going for, in breaking the cameras or damaging the equipment. And of course, that's bad on its own, but it gets a lot worse. And if you're wondering, why is this one in the ugly category? Well, take a look at this very carefully as this individual leaves his parking lot to engage with the auditors. Yes, he's grabbing the lock. I don't know if a lock actually counts as a deadly weapon, but assault with a heavy-duty weapon at least.
Feel well, brother. Get him, bro.
Hey, Michael.
Now what makes this even uglier is not only does this guy pick a fight with this auditor, but as SVG is witnessing this crime, he gets assaulted from behind. Now, personally, I think this is super crazy. However, I'm not going to show any more of this one because if you want to see the full thing, links in the description. I highly recommend seeing it. But as I mentioned before, all the links to these 3 videos are in the description. Tell me what you think. Do you have any recommendations of good, bad, and ugly? Let me know in the comments below. But that's it. I won't take up any more of your time. You enjoy your day.